During the height of the Ice Age, when Earth was locked in the grip of relentless cold, three alien explorers, Keeney, Zorro, and Poco, arrived from a distant galaxy, sent on a mission to study emerging life on primitive planets. Their ship, a gleaming metallic vessel that reflected the light of distant stars, sailed smoothly above the icy landscape, scanning for signs of intelligent life. The Earth they had come to was a world blanketed in snow and ice, the harsh winds howling through valleys of glaciers, and the air so cold it seemed to freeze time itself. To them, this frozen wasteland seemed almost devoid of hope. Yet, their advanced technology had detected something, a faint glimmer of life somewhere beneath the endless ice. Despite the desolate surroundings, their mission was clear. They were to observe, learn, and, if necessary, intervene. Keeney, the logical and calm leader of the trio, meticulously examined their readings, searching for any sign that intelligent life could be found in such an inhospitable place. Zorro, the adventurous and restless one, was eager to explore, fascinated by the strange beauty of the icy wilderness. Poco, the smallest and most compassionate, felt a deep empathy for any creature that could survive in these extreme conditions, his heart already wondering if they would find someone who needed their help. The three of them had traveled across countless star systems, seen worlds beyond imagination, but Earth's ice age presented a unique challenge, a planet teetering on the edge of life, where survival itself was a daily struggle. For weeks, they flew over jagged mountain ranges covered in ice, crossing vast expanses of frozen seas where no sign of life seemed to exist. They observed the occasional mammoth lumbering through the snow in search of food, and other large creatures struggling to adapt to the endless winter. But what they sought, intelligent life, remained elusive. Zorro, ever the optimist, suggested they search deeper, into the hidden places where life might be clinging to survival. Poco agreed, his empathy driving him to believe that even in the harshest of conditions, life could find a way. One fateful day, just as they were about to turn their search elsewhere, their ship's sensors detected something, a faint but unmistakable heartbeat. It was human. Buried beneath layers of snow and ice, deep within a cave that was almost invisible to the naked eye, they had found a child. Intrigued and hopeful, the aliens quickly descended to the surface, landing their ship near the cave. As they approached the entrance, their hearts quickened, for there, huddled in the dark, was a small boy, no more than 5 years old, wrapped in animal furs, his small body trembling from the cold. His name, they would later discover, was Edgar. Alone, vulnerable, and barely clinging to life, he was the last remnant of a tribe that had long since disappeared into the unforgiving winter. Poco, ever the kindest of the group, was the first to approach Edgar, his large eyes filled with concern. He extended a hand, a soft glow emanating from his fingers as he offered warmth and comfort to the boy. Edgar, too weak to resist and too cold to care, instinctively reached out, his small hand grasping Poco's. The warmth spread through him, and for the first time in days, Edgar felt safe. Zorro, usually so bold and full of energy, stood back for a moment, watching the interaction with a rare sense of awe. Even Keeney, who was always guided by reason and logic, couldn't deny the significance of this moment. This child, alone in the cold, represented something far more profound than they had anticipated. He wasn't just a specimen to be studied, he was a survivor, a testament to the resilience of life on Earth. The decision to take Edgar with them was made not out of duty, but out of compassion. They would bring him aboard their ship, not as an experiment, but as a companion. As the ship's doors opened and the warm, inviting light spilled out, Edgar hesitated for only a moment before stepping inside. The world he had known, a world of ice, snow, and survival, disappeared behind him as the ship ascended into the sky. Edgar, his tiny frame dwarfed by the towering figures of the aliens, looked around in awe at the strange, glowing consoles, the soft hum of the ship's engines, and the vastness of space stretching out beyond the windows. The stars, distant and twinkling, seemed to call to him in a way he couldn't yet understand. As the days turned into weeks, Edgar slowly began to adapt to his new life among the stars. The aliens, who had once seemed so foreign and strange to him, became his protectors, his teachers, and, eventually, his friends. Keeney, the wise and calculated leader, took on the role of educator, showing Edgar how to operate the ship, explaining the complexities of the universe, from the structure of galaxies to the fundamental laws of physics. Zorro, ever the explorer, took Edgar on wild adventures through the ship, showing him how to navigate through asteroid fields, dodge comets, and even observe the birth of stars from afar. Poco, the one who had first reached out to him, became a nurturing figure, providing not only warmth but guidance, teaching Edgar about empathy, understanding, and the importance of caring for others, no matter how different they might be. Together, the four of them traveled to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. They landed on planets covered in shimmering crystal forests, where the trees sparkled in the light of distant suns. They explored worlds made entirely of water, where strange glowing creatures swam beneath the surface, lighting up the oceans like a living tapestry. On one occasion, they visited a planet with no atmosphere, where the surface was littered with ancient ruins of a once great civilization, now long forgotten. Edgar marveled at it all, his mind expanding with every new discovery, his heart filling with wonder at the vastness and beauty of the universe. As the years passed, Edgar grew, both in body and mind. The advanced technology of the alien ship slowed his aging, allowing him to experience the universe in ways no human had ever imagined. He learned the languages of the stars, spoke in tongues that resonated with the vibrations of distant worlds, and understood concepts that were beyond the grasp of those still on Earth. But despite all the knowledge and wisdom he gained, Edgar never forgot the warmth of Poco's hand on that cold day in the cave, or the way Zorro's laughter filled the ship as they navigated through a cluster of comets, or the patient, guiding voice of Keeney as he taught him the intricacies of the cosmos. The four of them became inseparable, a team bound not by duty, but by the deep, unspoken bond they had formed. They faced challenges together, hostile planets, dangerous alien species, and even the occasional malfunction aboard the ship. But nothing could break the connection they had built. Edgar, once a small boy lost in the snow, had become something greater than he could have ever imagined. He was no longer just a human. He was a citizen of the stars, an explorer, a learner, and most importantly, a friend to three beings who had come from the farthest reaches of the galaxy. And yet, despite all the wonders they saw and the adventures they shared, Edgar's thoughts occasionally drifted back to Earth. The frozen planet, once his home, now felt like a distant memory, a place from another lifetime. He wondered what had become of the tribes that had survived the Ice Age, how humanity had fared in his absence. But those thoughts were fleeting, for the stars were now his home. Earth was no longer where he belonged. One day, as they flew through a nebula filled with swirling clouds of gas and light, Edgar looked out at the stars and realized that his journey was far from over. There were still countless worlds to explore, mysteries to unravel, and wonders to behold. And with Keeney, Zorro and Poco by his side, he knew that the universe would always be open to him. Together, they ventured deeper into the cosmos, leaving behind not just the frozen Earth, but any notion of limitation. The stars were theirs, and the possibilities were endless. And so, they continued their journey, bound by friendship, adventure, and the infinite promise of the unknown.